Well, hey, I'm glad you're here. I've been meaning to talk to you about something, and it could be a little uncomfortable, so just kind of waiting for the right time. So, well, come over here and sit down. We'll talk. I need to talk to you about penetration. Nothing. You guys aren't going to do any of the music or that? Nothing? Like, this was your chance. I thought for sure you would do it on this.
Nothing.
Well, if you're not going to do anything like that, I mean, then this is stupid. Then, I mean, you might as well just roll the intro, because this doesn't even make sense now. I thought for sure you guys were going to do something. I'm starting to think you guys are doing this on purpose. When it comes to room penetration in a CQB environment, there are two primary schools of thought. They are dynamic and limited. If we take a face value assessment of the two, we'll see that dynamic provides a perceived level of security through speed, surprise, and violence of action, while limited provides a perceived level of security through distance and incremental exposure. Dynamic uses an aggressive style. It hits the room hard, flows to a point of domination, usually a corner, keeping the operator moving, scanning, and engaging, never stopping. The surprise is caused through the speed and violence of action that the room is being taken. That surprise may give you that valuable half to full second you need to end the fight. Limited penetration keeps the operator out of the room. It utilizes the exterior space of the room in order to pie the door opening. This relies heavily on concealment as the surprise element for the operator, allowing them to end the fight without having to be fully committed to the room. For the next 60 seconds, we'll watch both techniques in action, utilizing a corner-fed room. All right, we'll now take a look at both techniques while utilizing a center-fed room. You can see where both have their strong points, but both techniques have some cons to them. Well, at least considerations. So we got to address those. First of all, dynamic. Dynamic can cause overpenetration, and that can leave you fatally exposed in the room. You can also have a decrease in accuracy because you'll be shooting while you're moving. Furniture in the room can inhibit your ability to stay moving. Dynamic relies heavily on peripheral vision, constant movement, and an enormous amount of testicular fortitude. With the limited technique, immediately your presence and relative location is known to everyone in the room. More than likely, you'll be utilizing this in a residential setting, so your concealment can leave you fatally exposed. Just remember, bullets can go through drywall. The bad guy's limited visibility is also your limited visibility. You only have partial real-time information of the room. If the room has a deep corner, most likely it will require you to cross the threshold of the doorway in order to clear it. Oh, and don't forget, partially open doors will provide a dead space of visibility. So as you should be able to see, both techniques have their pros and cons, and in some cases, one is more favorable over the other. But here's what I want you to know. You need to look at CQB not as like a simple math problem, like 2 + 2 is 4. It's not that clear cut. It's more of an algebraic expression, if you will. So like in algebra, you have constants and you have variables. Well, you have the same in CQB. So if you look at it as we have to solve for the variable in order to be able to do the problem, we've got to know what the constants are. All right, well, the constants in close quarters combat or close quarters battle is you know yourself, your abilities, your weapon, your ammunition quantity, what is that of value that's in jeopardy, and what are you willing to risk to save said thing of value. Those are all knowns. If you're in a residential situation, then you have a high potential of knowing very well the layout of that residence. That gives you an advantage. You also might know the exact number of friends and or relatives, whoever that's in the house already. So that kind of gives you an idea of who all's in there, where they're at, how do I get to them, what do I have to stop a threat, what's my physical condition. Those are all knowns that we go ahead and plug in. Kind of do it without even thinking. The variables are what gets us. So we have to look at a variable as what type of threat is it? Okay, then what is at risk? What's at jeopardy? What is the thing of value? Because that's going to determine how willing we are to risk potentially everything to save it. You got to think about time. Time as in time of day. Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? One could affect visibility over the other. Is it how much time you have to act? So was it a bump in the night? Was it a loud crash at 8:30 in the morning? Was it a shot? Was it a scream? Was it something breaking? So that starts to play pretty quickly. Then, again, what type of threat are you looking at? Is it a gun? Is it a bat? Is it a human? Is it multiple humans? How many number of people are in there to do you harm? You got to look at like what becomes the most important factor is what is the current like situational condition of that thing of value, because that starts to help us plug more knowns into the equation so that we can solve it. I can't tell you exactly which technique you should use in a given situation, there's so many variables that are still unknown. What I can tell you is that you probably better learn both, because at the end of the day, you're going to be required to solve this algebraic equation correctly on the first try, because you are the one with everything to lose. All right, I want to say thank you to Axelson Tactical for sponsoring this episode of 60 Second Tactical. Go out to axelsontactical.com, check them out. If you use the promo code 60TAC, you'll get 10% off your order, to include guns, just not the tribute rifles, but all the other rifles, you'll get 10% off. Don't forget to check out legallyconcealed.org if you're looking for more information on home defense. Check out my home defense lights and lasers, because more than likely, you may have to defend your home at night. It's over 2 hours. Legallyconcealed.org. All right, guys. Until next time, stay alert and practice often. I don't care what he says. It was perfect. Like, I set it up and everything, and then you guys did nothing. I mean, it's like the last time we did it, you guys went off the charts, and now nothing. Like, total crickets. And I thought for sure, hey, I'll say penetration, and you guys will like do something stupid, and it will be funny, but you didn't do anything. So, like, I don't even get it. Whatever. It doesn't even matter now. But the next one, like, don't even think about doing anything, because fire you. Yeah. And him too. Because it was his idea last time. And you slow down. Okay. I just thought we were, whatever. Crickets, man. Alright. I'm heading to the house. That was a good shoot. Except you guys screwed it up.